Welcome to Counterpoint. I'm Tanya Allen. A survey published in September 2021, led by Bath University in the UK, found that of the 10,000 youth ages 16 to 25, three-quarters feel the future was frightening, and over half feel humanity is doomed. And one of the major causes of all this fear and anxiety is climate change. We hear many news headlines warning us of extreme weather, melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and even several countdown clocks to the extinction of humanity if we don't act now. But is this fear founded? We hear that CO2 levels are rising. But what does that mean? Is that a bad thing? Should we be concerned about the melting ice caps and its impact on sea levels? Is the Earth's temperature actually rising? Is there an actual consensus on the facts of this issue? Well, today we're going to discuss climate change, specifically the impact of CO2 on our environment. And joining me now to offer his counterpoint is Gregory Wrightstone, a geologist with over 40 years of research experience, executive director of the Co2 Coalition, and author of this book, Inconvenient Facts: The Science Al Gore Doesn't Want You to Know. Gregory, thank you for joining me today. Interesting book title. I suppose this is a response. I know it's a few years old, but a response to Al Gore's The Inconvenient Truth. Is that correct?
Yeah, if I was doing it today, I might be the response to Greta Thunberg, but because we haven't heard much from Al lately, and I'm okay with that. He's probably in one of his oceanside mansions that he's warning us all not to get near, or traveling on one of his private jets that he's warning us not to do.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's dive right in. So, why did you write this book?
Well, as a geologist, I knew that some of what we were being told about climate change was just incorrect. In particular, what jumped out at me was this claim of ocean acidification. I knew as a geologist that during times when CO2 levels on Earth were 5 and 6, 7 times as high as what they are today, the oceans never acidified. They're not going to now. I suspected other things were wrong. So the book was really the result of my own personal search for the climate change truth. And I didn't trust anybody when I first got into this. I said, I'm going to go back and look at the base data and what's it telling me. And frankly, Tanya, what I found, frankly, shocked me and angered me. I found that in situation and claim after claim, the science, the facts, and the data did not support these claims of a climate crisis, of tragedy, of man-made driven catastrophe. It's just not happening. And what I found, and what the scientists here at the CO2 Coalition support, is this notion that modest warming combined with increasing CO2 are in actuality leading to the Earth's ecosystems thriving and prospering, and humanity's benefiting from this combination of warming and more CO2. Where you can just go by almost every metric we look at, Earth's ecosystems are improving and thriving.
Some of our viewers might say, okay, we hear frequently in the media headlines, on social media throughout, from so-called experts who are in the scientific realm of the environment, and they do research in that regard, that climate change is happening and that we should be concerned about these things. So where did you get your research from? How did you go about doing research for this book?
Well, I get much of the same data from these are government sources, NASA, NOAA from the United States, but that's worldwide data. I'm an expert reviewer for the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. There's a lot of good science in that. So these are peer-reviewed studies or government publications. I got my data right. I went right to the base sources and got good basic data. The book has received criticism, but no one's been able to point and say he's wrong on this. What they're saying is my conclusions are wrong, not the data that I use.
Okay, very good.
I guess I have to get my mind right.
Well, I mean, the one thing I enjoyed when I was going through your book is that there were so many tables and charts really demonstrating visually how things have changed or not so much have changed in the past centuries even, or several few hundred years. Okay, so let's talk about CO2. So first of all, can you explain, we only have 30 seconds to the commercial break, so we'll do the deep dive in just a moment. But what is CO2? Can you explain that to us, layman viewers?
Yeah, carbon dioxide. It's being claimed to be the demon molecule. We call it the miracle molecule. It's it's a very basic molecule. It's a building block of all life on Earth, and it's with photosynthesis, of course, you need sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is really at the bottom of it. It's plant food.
Okay,
We can't
excellent.
survive with that.
We're gonna pick this up in just a few moments.